Hi all, hope you're learning well. So today's topic is all about Hive. We will learn about how to create a table on Hive. On top of Dataproc, we have designed a cluster that is called Big Data Hadoop cluster. Using Hive, which is the ecosystem of Hadoop, we'll learn today how to design a table and how to insert a record inside the table. Okay. So first thing is you have to create a one cluster on Dataproc, and the thing is that you have to get into the Hive, and then you have to create a table inside the Hive, and then after creating this table we will load the data from your bucket to Hive table. So this data migration we will learn today in this video. Okay, you can see I have already my cluster is ready. I have a 3 node of cluster, and this is what you have a SSH. I will log in from my cluster from master. So you have to open the SSH cell, and from there you have to first check all your daemons running fine or not. So you have to write it sudo jps, okay, and check all the Hadoop daemons, then get into the Hive shell just typing Hive. So you can see that the shell has been started. I will write sudo jps to check my daemons is working fine or not. Yes, it is working fine. Here I will get my data which I will use in Hive. So I will get this file from my local machine. So this is what my Hive file, and I will load this data into this. Okay, and then you just simply upload the file. It will take some time, depends upon the file size. So here you can see the file has been loaded. You can see the prompt is coming transferred one item. Okay, so the idea is very simple. This file I have loaded from my local machine and put into my cloud local home directory. The path is on the home directory I have stored. So if I write it here pwd, you can check the directory also. So this is the directory where my file has been stored. Now I will store this file into the bucket. Okay, so what I will do, I will go and create a one bucket. Okay. Okay, so this is a bucket. So you see that in Dataproc, what are the storage is internally, it is being taken care by the bucket. Okay, so you can see your Dataproc, the cluster which you have your design, it's already being your temp directory, the data storage is back at the back end, it is using the bucket only. Now coming to this Dataproc service pack. So now from here I will store this data on my HDFS. Okay, so I will write it command Hadoop fs -ls. Let me see any data is there or not. This is the directory. So I will create a one directory here, Hadoop fs -mkdir. Okay, and let's say I create a directory on the root Prwatech. Okay, this directory has been created. You can check it. The same command I have given the root directory, and now you can say here the directory has been created. All right, so you can give any logical directory name, that's not a problem. And now the flow is very simple. I repeat the flow again. So I will take a one file, and this file I will store onto your HDFS, and the next is what I will create a one Hive table, and in that table I will load the data from your HDFS to Hive. This is the flow, and will follow the same. Okay, so now how to store the file in HDFS. Okay, so it's simple command Hadoop fs -put, and I will give the file name. The file name already is on my home directory, so txns txns.txt. Okay, this file I want to store on my HDFS, that is on Prwatech. Okay, so enter. A simple command to store data from LFS to HDFS. Okay, it will take some time. Let's say there's no such file or directory. I mean, okay, all right, no problem. I have to give the extension. Okay, now it is already in the home directory, no worries. We will give the path for this. That I will type it manually home. Right, contact contact 012300 txns is that. So the file has been stored successful. I will cross check again. Okay, so I will get inside Prwatech is a file stored here. So you can see that txns.txt file has been stored on your HDFS. So again, the file was on my local. I moved to your HDFS, and now I will get into Hive shell. Okay, and then I will create a table, and in that table I will dump the same data which I have just stored on your HDFS. Okay, so let's make it simple. Okay, I will open again one SSH. Okay, and in this I will open a Hive shell. Alright, so I will simply write it here Hive. Okay, so you get a Hive shell here. So show databases. Right, I will create a one database. Create database. Right, and I will write it just test. A database has been created, and now I will get inside this database, use test, and inside that database I will create my table. Okay, so the command is very simple, create table. Okay, I believe if you have created before the table in any MySQL SQL database, the syntax are quite similar. There are certain changes are there. So create table. Okay, this is what we have, a table with the column details, everything you have. Here you have to define the delimiter, what exactly the fields terminated. So my input file txn.txt, which I have stored on HDFS, is a comma delimiter. If your file is space delimiter, what are the delimiters there, you have to define here. So it will read the file accordingly. And I'm storing this file on Hive as a text file format. Even if you do not define text file, it will take by default text file only. Okay, so I will copy this and I'll go back to my Hive shell. Okay, and here I will create a table. Okay, so everything is fine. The table name is txn records, and the column, you can see that column, this is all the column of this table. Row formatted, delimited, fields terminated by. So this only the things. My input file is a comma delimiter and store as a text file. Let me enter and let's create the table. Table has been created. You can see how fast it is. Okay, and now if you want to see your table, you want to cross check, show tables. Right, okay, the table has been created. Now if you want to know the table information completely, Metastore is the database which is managed by Hive. They store all the complete information. Okay, so if you want to see all the information, right, then you can write describe formatted table name. So you simply write this, see describe for formatted and the table name txn records. So I'm just typing. It takes time to copy paste. Some challenges I face while making this. So here it's a complete information of the table, the table type, what is the table partition, what are the features, what is the file format, and this table is being created where it is all information. You can see it is coming here. All right, you can see that the complete column information. So complete table information, if you want, you simply write describe formatted table name, and you will get a complete information on your shell. Okay, now the final part, I have created the table, and finally I will get the data into this table. So data will come from where? So this time I'm dumping this data from your HDFS. Hope you remember, we have already stored data on HDFS, right? Right, this file. So I will copy the path. Okay, this is the path where my data is there, and I will run the command load data INPATH and give the file path into table name. So this is the command. Let me explain. So how to load the data. So load data. Okay, let me. So here I get this. Okay, and I will simply copy paste, and let me explain the command. Okay, you see that semantic, it get executed. So let me Okay, so load data, you can see here, load data. Local, there's a two approach to load the data in a Hive. One is you can directly get the data from HDFS, or also Hive allow you to load the data from LFS as well. Currently the configuration, it depends upon the configuration, what path you have given into Hive configuration. So current cluster, it allow you to load the data in Hive table from HDFS. So if you're planning to load the data from HDFS, then it's better remove the local. So local keyword we use if you're not using, if you're loading the data directly from LFS into Hive table, then in that case you can use it. Okay, so I'm removing the local keyword, okay, because I'm loading the data from HDFS. So load data in path, and you see that you have to give the file path. So remember, I will not take more time to copy paste, so I will simply give the path. You hope you remember my path was Prwatech, right, on HDFS txn.txt, and you can write overwrite, or even if you do not want to write overwrite, that's okay, into table and table name txn records, and enter. And you see that the file start loading. It was a small file size, so the file has been loaded into your table. So this is the complete process. Now you see here, all right, the same file which I have taken from there. There's nothing has been there because the pointer has been changed. The file was now on HDFS. Now the file is pointing to your Hive path. Means ultimately the Hive is using the cloud, the storage is nothing, is your HDFS. Okay, so that is the reason now it is showing the blank, because now it is pointing the Hive path. Okay, which path? Where they have stored this data. If you want to write it, select star from, right, select star from table name txn records records, and limit, let me write it 5 records. Okay, and let me column okay, sorry, this is, I usually face this challenge while typing txn record. Hope this time I have written proper. So records are coming, that's all. Okay, so what exactly we have done, I guess let me summarize this. So I have taken a file from my local machine and I get it into my cloud on a home directory, right there, the home directory, and then this file I store onto my HDFS, and then I get into the Hive shell. I created a table, and after creating the table, I load the data inside this table from HDFS to Hive. And you notice that once data come into HDFS to Hive, the HDFS file path, the data is not there, because ultimately Hive is also using the storage of your HDFS. Okay, hope you learn well. It's good, important for you to do this practical and get more clarity about how implement Hive table on top of Dataproc inside your Hadoop cluster. Thank you. Wish you very happy learning. Hey, don't forget to download our app for access to free courses and interactive quizzes. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and free content. See you next time. Happy learning.